To you, the classes that are graduating the 50th anniversary of the nursing program in the 150th anniversary of Elmhurst University, we bring joy and congratulations to you. And as your chaplain, it is a joy to have us all gathered here, and for the families and friends that are watching us now. With thankfulness for what you have accomplished, pride in who you are, and the strength and the healing that you will bring a hurting, broken world. Let us join our hearts together in prayer, beloved. Let us pray. Center us down, eternal and almighty one, you who are the spirit of healing, of life, and of love. We remember our time now that has brought us to this moment. We give thanks for all the classes, all the clinicals, the ungodly hours of study and organizing. And we remember and give thanks for our families and friends who have stood next to and beside us. In this time of COVID, we have persevered, even thrived. And so bless all that are here to receive their pens, to take the oath, and to walk into a profession that needs what each of these people have. Strengthen all, Almighty One, as we come this afternoon. This we pray with thankfulness in your holy name. Amen. It is my joy to welcome our Executive Director, Dr. Diane Salvador, to the podium, and will you join me in congratulating and welcoming her? Come on, give it up.
Thank you, Scott. Welcome to the 2021 Nursing Convocation. Visitors in our virtual land, we really wish you were here. But as we emerge from this difficult year and maintain the recommended safe practices, we're thankful for the technology to support your virtual presence. We're here tonight to celebrate the Convocation, or New Beginning, for our baccalaureate and master's students who've successfully completed their nursing education at Elmhurst University. And that was no small feat, was it? No. They've been through so much these past 2 years. They started in what should have been a year of celebration to celebrate the International Year of the Nurse, and they're graduating as the first class from Elmhurst University and part of our 50-year anniversary kickoff for the nursing department at Elmhurst University. They've navigated many challenges brought on by the pandemic, shown resilience and persistence, and we are so proud that they will soon be serving beside us as our nursing colleagues. At this point, I usually acknowledge our honored guest. And while I can't acknowledge all of the honored guests joining us virtually here tonight, I can acknowledge the most important honored guest of the evening, and that's the class of 2021. Let's give a hand to the class of 2021. I can acknowledge one very important guest, though, and that's our president of our university, Dr. Troy Van Aken, who has a message for you, and you will see him on the screen up there.
Well, good evening, everyone. And it's very difficult not to walk about 100 meters away and join you in the chapel. But I think for just a little bit while longer, this is going to be the way we're going to do some things. Congratulations to our nursing graduates, and thank you to the faculty, family, and friends who have been there to help prepare these graduates to enter a vitally important profession. Nursing continues to be ranked as one of the most trusted professions in a poll conducted by Gallup. And we all are looking at the nursing students graduating tonight, and that kind of tells us why. Typically at commencement, I get to say some words like, after you've had your degrees conferred, you have now all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. And this group knows about responsibilities because you've helped with the pandemic and you've made Elmhurst proud, and you'll continue to do so throughout your careers. And I hope you will continue to think of us fondly. I do hope you'll come back for other sesquicentennial events, in particular homecoming and our actual Founders Day on December 6th. But that's because our programs have earned an outstanding reputation in the Chicagoland area, and it produces nurses and other health science professions of unmatched quality, integrity, and skill. You'll be highly sought after by employers throughout the healthcare industry because they recognize the excellence in our programs, which you contributed to. So as healthcare continues to evolve, nurses continue to remain at the forefront, and maybe even more so at the forefront, providing leadership in the planning, developing, and staffing of systems that deliver safe patient care. This has been more evident than ever before as we've seen the COVID-19 pandemic emerge the past 18 months, where nurses were the important frontline care providers for patients and their families. At every point during the ongoing evolution, Elmhurst University, and that does have a nice ring to it, right? Elmhurst University, the first time I'm able to say that in conjunction with commencement, is educating and preparing nurses who contribute successfully at the highest levels. So from the bottom of my heart, Annette and I congratulate each and every one of you, and we look forward to seeing you in a few days under the tent on the mall.
While tonight is a celebration of new beginnings, we also acknowledge the significance of the past. Included in tonight's ceremony is the penning and the recitation of the Florence Nightingale Pledge. Both had their beginnings with Florence Nightingale, and both are symbolic of welcoming new nurses into the profession. The pin the students received tonight have symbols of both the nursing profession and Elmhurst University. In your virtual program, you have a picture and a description of the pin, so I'll have you look at that as we go through it. But the three interlocking rings represent the three components of health: physical, mental, and social well-being. Also included is the Elmhurst University seal, symbolizing leadership in imparting knowledge, truth, and inspiration. The Nightingale Pledge is a statement of intent to follow our ethical and professional principles, and the lighted candles are a symbol of the lighted nurses' lamps that Nightingale and her fellow nurses use to provide care to the soldiers throughout the night. As they begin their new career, they are anchored in a rich history of caring and tradition. Speaking of history, our keynote speaker tonight will be Dr. Fran Roberts, an Elmhurst College alumnus. She's an accomplished nurse and an inspiration to our future nurses here tonight. After graduating from Elmhurst, she went on to accomplish some pretty amazing things. She actually received 2 degrees from Elmhurst, a degree in psychology and a degree in nursing. I'm going to have to read now because there is so much that she has done. So bear with me as I try to read all of this. She received her master's degree then from the University of Arizona State University in community mental health nursing and is a psychiatric nurse practitioner. She received her PhD in nursing from the University of Colorado and has numerous publications on nursing regulations, education, long-term care, and healthcare workforce issues, and frequently presents at state and national. Her areas of research include public policy, geropsych nursing, and healthcare workforce analysis. Her clinical areas of expertise are rehabilitation, rheumatology, community mental health, and gerontology. Dr. Roberts is currently the president of the Fran Roberts Group, a consulting organization providing expertise in healthcare leadership and higher education, and professor of integrated care and gerontology at the University of Arizona College of Medicine in Phoenix. Her previous positions include Vice President for Strategic Alliance for the DeVry Healthcare Group, Dean and then Vice President of Nursing and Health Science at Grand Canyon University, Vice President of Arizona Hospital and Healthcare Association, Executive Director of the Arizona State Board of Nursing, Senior Vice President of Phoenix Memorial Hospital and Director of the Center on Aging at St. Luke's Medical Center in Phoenix. She's been active on many boards of directors and is a fellow in the American Academy of Nursing, a Robert Wood Johnson Executive Nurse Fellow, and is the recipient of an honorary doctorate in humane letters from A.T. Still University in Health Sciences. She's received numerous awards for her leadership in nursing and healthcare, and is a vocal proponent of addressing nursing and other healthcare workforce shortages. In her spare time, she devotes to addressing and inspiring graduating nurses on all the possibilities available to them. Dr. Roberts, the screen is yours.
Well, thank you very much for that, Dr. Salvador. Good evening to our graduates, your friends and family, faculty, and university leadership, and how excited I am that we've moved from being a college to a university. How much I wish I could be there with you at the Hammersmith Chapel, where I too attended my convocation ceremony, which seems just a few years ago. And actually, when Dr. Salvador reached out to extend the honor of being your keynote speaker at the 50th anniversary of our Department of Nursing, she referenced the fact that I was in the second graduating class, and I actually stared at her message on the screen and said, well, how could that be? And as much as it's a real cliche, it really does seem like it was just a few years ago that I stood at the podium here in the chapel as my class president or vice president, I don't quite remember, and gave a brief speech. So here's the evidence. Yes, we actually wore caps. I'm not sure how many classes continued to wear caps, but I can tell you that in my class, soon after our pinning ceremony, that cap was eliminated from our fashion statement post-graduation. I want you to notice though, on the pin of my nursing uniform collar, and no scrubs were worn then, it's the same pin that you're going to be receiving this evening. And I still have and cherish my pin. And as Dr. Salvador mentioned, in your program, the three components of health, social, and mental well-being are like the three interlocking rings on our pin. And that is really what our healthcare is all about. We accept the concept of holism, of the person being greater than the sum of his or her parts. And that's been my foundation of nursing practice. And I give the founders of our nursing program here at Elmhurst total credit for that. So thanks, and you could take that picture down now. But believe me, it took a while to find that. So again, the three rings have been a foundation for my nursing practice. And where have we learned this better than during the pandemic tragedy, that we cannot separate the person from his or her environment, from the family, and from the community. I've had the honor and opportunity to serve as a nurse in many different practice and challenging areas of leadership. As a brand new nurse, I practiced as a psychiatric nurse in a unit here in Illinois. When I asked my instructor before I graduated from Elmhurst, I keep being told I need to start in med-surg before I can enter psych, and that's really where I want to go. What do you think, Miss Walton, now Miss Dr. Slimmer? She didn't miss a beat, and she said, well, I think everyone should practice in psychiatric nursing or in community health before working in a hospital. And that's all I needed. Off I went to psychiatry. What a forerunner Dr. Slimmer was and still is. So let me expand on that. We now have an extremely diverse population of new graduates coming out of our programs. Men, minorities, recareering people with incredible backgrounds, single parents, and the demands for nursing across the healthcare spectrum is incredible, not just for seasoned nurses, but for new graduates. So we need to rethink a few things. And definitely we need our new graduates in acute care settings. All you have to do is watch the news to see our nurse heroes at the front lines as they save COVID patients and take care of them at the bedside before they die. We are literally everywhere. Schools, hospice, industry, entrepreneurial settings, and case management practices. Not even to mention that nurse practitioners have literally taken over the responsibility for delivering primary care in many of our states. You may know from your studies that the birth of public health nursing came when new graduates were no longer needed at the bedside. And that was because the hospital that educated them didn't need them. One more cycle of perceived surpluses and shortages. So those new graduates saw a need and they literally took to the streets delivering prenatal care, healthcare education, midwifery, immunizations, and yes, family planning. The creator of hospice was Dame Cicely Saunders, a British nurse who became a physician. The Frontier Nursing Service was founded by Mary Breckenridge to provide nursing care for children in remote areas of Appalachia and was the first organization in the US to employ qualified nurse midwives. Now the Frontier Nursing University has grown to become one of the largest schools in the US to produce advanced practice nurses and midwifery education. And trust me, the stories of nursing ingenuity throughout COVID will continue to emerge. I want to encourage you to be brave, strong, and risk-taking. Throughout a series of quirks, trust me, quirky moves, I ended up being the executive director of the Arizona State Board of Nursing when I was 33 years old. As a psychiatric nurse, one of the oddities I noticed was the phenomenon of registered professional nurses being reported to the board for issues related to chemical dependency. Generally, the nurse would be reported to the board, lose her license or his license, and of course then lose their job. At that point, the nurse would have no healthcare benefits to seek any kind of treatment, and then would spiral downhill. This all would happen during a time of a nursing shortage. So let's think about that. How healthy was that for the nurse himself or herself and for the healthcare workforce? So we set up a diversion program for nurses called Can Do, and I think we saved many lives. And certainly, as we know that chemical dependency is a disease, there were some nurses who would have to leave the nursing workforce, but it was an opportunity to go forward. And still, while at the Board of Nursing, it was during a time of shortage of primary care physicians. We seized the opportunity in Arizona to expand the prescriptive authority of nurse practitioners to match that of physicians and to remove any requirement for oversight by physicians. That's called timing and strategy. We are very smart in the nursing profession. In 2000, I had the distinct opportunity to be selected into the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation Executive Nurse Fellows Program, which was a 3-year nursing leadership initiative to develop emerging leaders. The program emphasized 4 core competencies to become truly an effective leader across many domains. And in addition to my 3 rings on my nursing pin, those 4 core competencies and the 3 issues on the rings have guided my concern. The 4 P's are purpose, to have a vision to lead, people, the passion to work with others, process, the skills to manage change, and personal, the self-knowledge to thrive. For me, the last P, self-knowledge, has always been the most important. To know yourself, your strengths, your challenges, where you soar and where you might flounder. That's the most critical, and it provides you an outline for self-development and improvement. I'd also be given at times some very tough criticism by my coaches and advisors. At one evaluation session, I was advised to change my appearance and way of dressing in order to fit in with a specific type of nurse leader segment, an area I had no interest in pursuing. Through my self-knowledge and some soul searching, I realized that there was some feedback I chose not to accept. That actually felt good. And I do think that in your career journey, you'll have some times where you say, thanks, but no thanks, to some advice you receive. Self-knowledge is very, very important. I'll soon be retiring from teaching at the College of Medicine. Let me repeat, I teach in a college of medicine. I have taught geriatrics and gerontology and behavioral health to medical students for 7 years. Some of the best faculty at the college are physicians who were nurses. One is an OB-GYN, another is a cardiologist, and they both say the best preparation for them to be great doctors was that they were great nurses. And I actually advocate that the BSN should be the pre-med degree. Now that's probably raising some hair on some backs. And the great point is that you can't see people's reactions or get the rotten tomatoes thrown on you. But I've actually had some deans of College of Medicine say, now that's not a bad idea. I digressed here a bit. I wanted to mention, in the College of Medicine, in each graduating class, we see less and less physicians wanting to practice in geriatrics, in psychiatry, and in primary care. And do you know what I say? Bring it on. Bring it on. Nurses and nurse practitioners are more than ready to care for our patients in those settings. And I've always said, we don't call them nursing homes for nothing. Back to my days as a student at the Bensonville Home Society. More than anything, I want to be inspiring to you today. I know your clinicals have been cut short or minimized. I know it's been scary out there and it will continue to be. But this has been and is our time, as Dr. Aiken said. Nursing has risen to the occasion, like we always do, but finally the public and the media have taken notice. Year after year, we score at the very top of the Gallup poll as the most trusted profession, and then we go back to being the invisible backbone of healthcare for the rest of the year. We must and will ensure that this will not happen again. And not necessarily for self-promoting reasons. Actually, we're probably the least self-promoting profession in healthcare, but because we owe it to our patients, our families, and our communities to stay in the forefront, always advocating for care that is safe, accessible, and equitable. The National Academy of Medicine has just released its Future of Nursing 2020-2030 report this month titled, Creating a Path to Achieving Health Equity. This is a long-awaited and very critical report that will be utilized by many policymakers in the upcoming years. The vision of the report is, quote, the achievement of health equity built on strengthening nursing capacity and expertise. And the report calls for our country to advance health equity for all, the systems that educate, pay, and employ nurses to permanently remove barriers to allow us to do our work, to value their contributions, to prepare us to understand and tackle these issues, and to diversify the nursing workforce. Let me summarize. The Academy of Medicine is putting the weight and the responsibility rightly on the shoulders of our profession, and they're demanding for those who employ and educate us to make sure we're properly supported in this monumental effort. As I continue to expand my nursing career from practice to education, to management, to advocacy, to academe, those three rings on my pin always stayed in the forefront of my mind, whether working with patients and families, legislators and public officials, students and faculty, nurses and physicians. We are a community of nurses who have had the privilege of entering people's lives at extremely cherished and intimate times. Birth, death, pain, fear, grief, joy, and relief. We are trusted, and we have earned that trust. And no matter what degree and title you attain in the future, you will never impress anyone more greatly than introducing yourself as a nurse. I thank you for this opportunity to speak with you at this very special time, and I'll leave you with a song that says it all. And oh, by the way, I'm Fran Roberts, and I'm a nurse. Thank you.
Next on our agenda this evening is we have a tradition for each class to address their fellow frontline workers with a speech. So Caitlin, would you come up and deliver the speech for the BSN students? And when Caitlin is finished, Kira will deliver the speech for the MSN students.
Alrighty. Good evening, classmates, family watching online, and faculty. Typically, before we start every nursing exam, we start off with a joke. So why not start with one now? But don't worry, there's no test. Knock, knock. HIPAA. Sorry, I can't tell you that. 2 years ago today, 2 years ago, we all entered our first nursing course, knowing that this program was not going to be a simple, easy task. However, what we didn't know was that halfway through our nursing education, a pandemic would strike. The quick flip from in-person learning to online learning was difficult, to say the least. Everything was changing at a moment's notice, and nobody really knew what was going to happen. Some of us fell ill with COVID, and some of us have lost loved ones to it. Our professors and faculty, however, were caring, supportive, and understanding of what we were all going through. They made it work the best they could, and since we are all here today, about to graduate, it is clear that their extra efforts have paid off. I just want to take this second to give them a round of applause and thank them for their dedication to us. It is such a pleasure to share this moment here with all of you. After all of the hours of studying, trying to find our motivation, and waking up early for clinical, sometimes earlier to get a much needed Starbucks, here we are. If nursing students could have their own nursing diagnosis, it would be stress related to knowledge deficit, impaired memory, sleep deprivation, imbalanced nutrition, interrupted family processes, and lack of social interaction, as evidenced by us. But we are not nursing students anymore. We will soon take on the full responsibility of caring for our patients as RNs, and we will do it with confidence. Confidence is the feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. This is where I have seen us grow the most. Think back to your first patient in med-surg clinical, to your last patient in the ICU. Think about how you felt going into those very similar but very different rooms. Look at how far you've come, and not just your clinical skills, but in your entire energy that you carry around when you fully know you are capable. You want to do more. You want to help out your nurses more. You want more responsibility. And friends, that is where we are headed. Hold your head high, take that confidence, and walk into your NCLEX room knowing that you are capable. We are all capable. We have learned a curriculum. We have learned the test-taking strategies. We have practiced our skills to the max. The information is in our heads, and all we have to do is bring it forward. Now, as I bring my speech to a close, I want to leave everyone with a simple reminder from Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where you go. Here's to the future nurses of America. Congratulations to the Elmhurst University nursing class of 2021. We did it! Okay, good evening, fellow graduates and Elmhurst University representatives. I am thankful for the opportunity to be here today and to represent my fellow master's entry and nursing practice classmates. After all the obstacles that have been thrown at us, I am grateful we can sit here today together to commemorate our transition from student to nurse with our friends and family attending virtually. Our program, like our cohort, is quite unique. We all come from different career paths at different times in our lives. A mother of 4, a pharmacy technician, different previous majors, including biology, exercise science, English, psychology, and even a dance major. Our different perspectives allowed us to look at the nursing profession with different lenses, fueling our desire to improve patient care and challenge the status quo. It is important to take the time to reflect on our successes. Not only did we complete a rigorous accelerated program, we also did it during a global pandemic. This brought upon unexpected challenges for both students and faculty. We made the transition from practicing on mannequins in simulation lab to working with real patients, and we finally got a taste of what this career would be like. Then, unfortunately, our patients became virtual as COVID numbers spiked. Despite all of this, our perseverance led us to where we are today. We are entering into a profession that needs us more than ever. Our flexibility, adaptation skills, critical thinking, and knowledge will take us far. As we all set out in our desired areas of focus, we will remember the saying that nursing is both a science and an art. We as nurses have chosen to dedicate our lives to the lives of others. We'll help welcome new life into this world and be a light for others in the darkest of times. Let us go forward and be the nurse you would want as a patient. As we celebrate our accomplishments this evening, we'd like to thank all of those who supported us this roller coaster called graduate school. To our families and loved ones, thank you for your unwavering support and understanding when school needed to be put first. To our faculty, thank you for your dedication to us. You have supported us and challenged us to grow as learners and nurses. You have set the example of the nurses we would like to become. We will be forever grateful for your guidance and sacrifices to the profession and to your students. And finally, thank you to my classmates for the support and the friendship you have offered each other and myself throughout our time together. We would not have been able to complete this program without the help from one another. As we move forward, never forget your desire to make a difference and the tools we have learned to do so. As Florence Nightingale once said, rather 10 times die in the surf, heralding the way to a new world, than stand idly on the shore. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2021.
Back down. Those were amazing speeches. And for those of you watching, the best part is we have 72 of those sitting in our audience tonight of amazing, amazing students that we're so proud of. Each year, graduating students choose faculty to receive awards. The awards to be presented tonight are the Golden Apple Award and the Daisy Faculty Award. Cassie and Jess, would you please come forward to present the Golden Apple Award?
The purpose of the Golden Apple Award for Teaching Excellence is to honor an Elmhurst University faculty member outside of the Department of Nursing and Health Sciences who skillfully disseminates knowledge, engages students in the pursuit of knowledge, teaches with passion, and inspires students to reach their full potential. Through their teaching, this faculty has a positive impact on nursing students and the profession of nursing.
The class of 2021 has chosen a faculty member who has been an essential individual to our learning. This individual is extremely kind and truly cares that all who come to him succeed. He has been an asset to many students and continues to spread his knowledge through his work here at Elmhurst. We would like to thank this faculty member for his contributions to nursing through his teaching of nursing students and hope that he continues to inspire his students to reach their potential. This year's recipient for the Golden Apple Award for Teaching Excellence goes to Jacob Hill.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Jacob. He's always here for our students and such a great support for us and for their success. The next award is the Daisy Faculty Award, and Donica and Preveline will come up and give that award.
The Daisy Foundation was established in 1999 by the parents of Patrick Barnes, who died at the young age of 33 of an incurable blood disease. During his hospitalization, the family was struck by the confidence and compassion of the nurses caring for him. The way that the nurses cared and provided care made the difference in Patrick's life and the life of the ones he loved. This Faculty Daisy Award is given to the nursing faculty that has inspired the nursing students to learn, grow, and to be the nurse that provides the care that changes lives. The thinking of the mentor and teacher who inspires the future generation of nurses, one comes to mind. This professor teaches both the undergrad and the master's entry students, and that is Professor Lauren Brennan.
Professor Brennan truly embodies what it means to be a compassionate leader and an educator in the nursing field. She has shown kindness, enthusiasm, flexibility, and an eagerness to teach and for her students to succeed. And that is the reason why we are honored to present her with the Daisy Award for Nursing Excellence today. Professor Brennan, on the behalf of both the BSN and the master's class of 2021, we thank you for the opportunity to learn and grow as individuals. And please accept this award. Thank you. Thank you, students, and thank you, faculty. Just like we had 72 amazing students, we have 15 amazing faculty with us tonight, who are they're the reason our students are here tonight. So we also have a welcome to our soon-to-be alumni from Professor Jean Berta, who is our nursing faculty and co-chair of the Elmhurst University Alumni Committee.
Welcome Elmhurst University nursing students, soon-to-be graduates, faculty, and all the family and friends who are so important to all of you who are streaming on this ceremony. We're so happy to have you all present for this very special nursing convocation. As you all know, I'm Jean Berta. I'm a nursing faculty here, nursing professor, and I'm a nursing alumna from Elmhurst College. I'm a member, as Dr. Salvador said, of the Elmhurst Nursing Alumni Committee, and I sit on the Elmhurst University Alumni Board of Directors. All of you in this chapel have started out as nursing students at Elmhurst College, and you are now graduating from Elmhurst University. Everyone with a degree or degrees in nursing. You are all part of a very special community. As nursing graduates, you are in good company. Many of our wonderful clinical faculty are also alumni from Elmhurst College, as are some of our full-time faculty, including myself, Dr. Liz Davis, Dr. Lori Westbury, and our keynote speaker, Dr. Fran Roberts. You've all had many classroom, simulation, and clinical experiences here at Elmhurst University. This last year, you gained a clear understanding on how to provide nursing care during a pandemic. You are living this. You have lived through this. This semester, many of you have assisted in mass vaccination of our community. We've all learned how to wear our masks for 8 hours at a time. Now, as a graduate and nursing alumni, you will be going forward and representing our nursing profession and Elmhurst University. You've worked hard for this distinguished accolade, and you are finally here. At Elmhurst University, we are a close group. You've gotten to know your peers and faculty well. Your faculty have shared many of their stories with you, and you will begin to practice in your career, and you will have your own experiences that you will treasure and learn from. You will never forget your experiences in Memorial Hall. You will carry those with you forever. But your journey with Elmhurst University does not stop with graduation. We want to know how you are doing, where your career takes you, and we want you to come back. You will hear from us through nursing alumni letters, Facebook, emails, and phone calls. Many of you will maintain lifelong friendships that started here at Elmhurst, and as well as professional relationships that started here. Our hope is that you will keep in touch with us. You are part of nursing at Elmhurst University. You are all already invited back for homecoming on September 25th. We want you to share in all the festivities at our nursing alumni party. Your faculty will be here, and we will all be so excited to hear about where your path has started. This kicks off our 50-year celebration for our Department of Nursing. It will be a very exciting year. We will also ask you to give back to Elmhurst and to our nursing students. In the future, you may be asked to speak to nursing students or mentor a nursing student. Donate financially to assist a nursing student or our building. As you progress in your career, you may be a staff nurse who works with our nursing students, or you may precept at Elmhurst University new nursing graduate. You may come back for another nursing degree. You might work with an Elmhurst University nursing alumni, or possibly teach Elmhurst University nursing students. We Elmhurst University graduates are many in number. We will cross paths. We want you to come back to see us and share with us your career and your life. We want you to come back and spend time with us having fun. We hope you participate in some of our many activities on campus that are available to Elmhurst University alumni and Elmhurst nursing alumni. Again, we hope this starts with Homecoming 2021. You have learned and lived, and you will launch from the Department of Nursing at Elmhurst University. You share that with the person sitting here with you now. Come back, keep in touch with us, know that we will reach out to you. You are part of a very special group. You are an Elmhurst University nursing alumni. Congratulations.
Finally, it is my pleasure to introduce the graduates to receive their nursing pins and official welcome into the profession. Master's students' names will be announced by Dr. Lori Westbury, and Dr. Liz Davis will award their nursing pins. So if you want to start making your way up here, they will then receive a blessing of the hands from Reverend Scott Matheny, and they'll receive a rose from the Nursing Alumni Association. We also told the students, just so you know, when they walk across the stage, we want them to take their masks down so that you can see them. I think that's important that you see their face. And they're supposed to wave. So you guys ready for the wave? The wave.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to announce the Master's Entry Nursing Practice candidates. Danica B. Christine Carlson. Lindsay Cherry. Holly Furwa. Kimberly Gladden. Abby Larson. Daniela Lukey. Roy Maury. Jacob Mills. Kira Olivares. Pravleen Sidhu. Michael Trapp.
and Jordan Urbanek. Congratulations to everyone.
Our BSN students will be announced by Dr. Kathy Scanlon and awarded the pins by Professor Brennan.
Thank you. I feel very privileged to be the one to announce the names for the class of 2021 from the bachelor's program. When I thought about it, you have done 5/8 of your nursing curriculum, either totally online or hybrid. You did more online than you actually did in person. And that just shows how resilient each and every one of you happen to be. I'm so proud of all of you and what you have done. You'll be great nurses when you get your NCLEX done and get out in the field and start working. So now on to the names of everybody who is getting pinned today. Consuelo Aguilera. Justine Balasek. Juana Bedoya. Sandra Carrillo. Karen Castaneda. Carolina Sepulcati. Alyssa Danagelis. Victoria Dominic. Cassidy Fedderson. Alexa Galvez. Teresa Giordano. Yvonne Govia. Taylor Hand. Andrew Hawkins. Paulina Hernandez. Stephanie Fernandez Ortiz. Jessica Hess. Elise Jakubowski. Carly Johnson. Caitlin Jordan. Kristen Kent. Nicole Kim. Holland Koshek. Caitlin Kundi. Iman Lakhani. Taylor Latansky. Sabrina Ludvigsen. Yana Mamalat. Sarah Marion. Stacy Martinez. Sophie Miller. Andrew Mink. Danielle Montella. Jessica Moran. Itzel Munoz. Anusha Noor Ali. Megan Olin. Kaliana Olita. Marisol O'Nellis. Christopher Owens. Katie Cassetti. Sonia Hanaker. Cynthia Rodriguez Huston. Elizabeth Rojas Cerna. Leslie Salas. Zachary Schwartz. Elena Segura. Jacqueline Steers. Joanna Schuster. Grace Velez. McKenna Walsh. And Michael Wood. I would also like to acknowledge this graduates who are not able to be here tonight, and that would include Matthew Brad, Emily Rodriguez, Ruby Rodriguez, and Kayla Terry. I wish them the best as well. Congratulations, class of 2021. You have done so much with not all the resources that you would normally have available to you. Congratulations, you've done a terrific job. And we also would like to acknowledge Elise Jakubowski, who had her service for she's a second lieutenant now, and she is entering into the military. And I attended her ceremony virtually, and it was just outstanding. So congratulations.
We now invite all nursing graduates and nurses at home to stand with us as we recite the Nightingale Pledge. And as we're getting the candles lit, if we can have Caitlin and Lana come up to lead the oath.
Yeah, ready.
Okay.
I solemnly pledge in the presence of this assembly to live my life with integrity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will uphold the ethical, scientific, and legal standards of my profession and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. I will collaborate with patients, families, and healthcare workers to conserve life, alleviate suffering, and promote health. I will refrain from any action which might be harmful to the quality of life or health for whom I care. I will respect at all times the dignity and beliefs of patients, families, and communities under my care, and hold in professional confidence all the personal information entrusted to me. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skills at the highest level and give my support and cooperation to all members of the healthcare team. With full knowledge of my qualifications and responsibilities, I will do my utmost to support the potential of my profession and to uphold and advance its standards.
You can blow your candles out and have a seat. As we close, I need to give a special thanks this evening to Donna Steiner and Cheryl O'Sullivan. Usually we have them stand up, but the camera can't see them, but thank you, Donna. You did so much work. Thank you, Cheryl, if you're watching at home. And I'd also like to give a call out to Chris Curtin and Jimmy Fitzgerald for their help in getting this event broadcast for all of you to be able to join us. We'll now ask Reverend Scott Matheny to close the program with a benediction. Thank you for joining us all this evening, and we hope to see you on either Friday or Saturday for the graduation.
Masters, we will see you Friday on the field, ready to go into the 10th. Undergraduates, Saturday morning, 9, 12, 3 o'clock. This is your day. And when you walk out, you will have in your hands a candle. You will have in your hands a flower. You will have in your heart and your mind the gifts that God gives you. You came with dreams. You leave even with more. And may those dreams be realized in your lifetime. May you then be gifts that you might become. A great gift that comes from this beloved institution, Elmhurst University. It is yours. So go now into the world and offer that which you and the Almighty give. And may grace, love, hope, and justice abide and strengthen you for the journey ahead. The world needs you. We need you. And you have all the gifts that are ready to make this world so much better. Go with love. We'll see you at graduation. Blessings to all of you.